Hello, good evening folks. After a bit of a quick lag spike there, we are now live with the second round of the oNID Racing Classic DTM Championship at Nürburgring. We're just waiting for everything to catch back up again with stream and computer and internet. We did have just a little bit of a minor blip there, so I do apologise, but alongside me in the comments box, hopefully he is still there with me. Dominic, can you hear me, good sir?
Yep, I'm still here. How's it going, everybody? And welcome back to another round of the oNID, what is it, DTM championship here at Nürburgring.
It is indeed. Coming back off a race last week at the Red Bull Ring, it was a very interesting, hectic race. Lots of straight lines, lot of heavy braking zones, but here at this week at the Nürburgring, a lot of different characteristics for these guys characteristics of the track to handle. But we'll definitely see if Alfie Bevan can continue his dominance. And Johan Karlzak as well. Some good results than last week. They'll be hoping to improve on their finishing positions. But yeah, definitely both races. I do believe Bevan and Karlzak were P1 and P2 respective, and as we will quickly jump to the track. Now I trust my computer has all caught up. We'll jump to live images of what is left of the qualifying session. Just over 7 minutes to go, with Karlzak currently leading the way with a 2 minute 13.8, and right behind him, as we mentioned, Jacob Hine. Very good result for him last week. Actually, Jacob sadly didn't finish last week, so not a good result for him, but a very good result in qualifying so far. That's Scott in third place, so be nice to see him back up and fighting with the leaders. Last week I don't think he attended, did Scott, so a welcome to the series, good sir. But yeah, the usual names are up there at the minute, and with 6.5 minutes left, we will see what they can do.
Yeah, definitely a different characteristic and track this week, so we'll see if anybody else has any unfound speed that they can present here this week, and maybe possibly challenge Karlzak and Bevan up there for the win or podium possibly.
We will indeed find out. Our apologies to the folks watching on YouTube if your stream is a little bit affected. I do apologise. Internet is not playing ball tonight for some random reason, and I'm getting pings left and right on YouTube saying that the stream quality is not going to be smooth. I do apologise. So if you do get some buffering, just bear with us. We will bring you the action for tonight's race, and indeed cannot wait to do so. 5.5 minutes left. Karlzak leads the way. He's going to come across the line. This might be an improvement from him. No, he's apparently starting a lap. But I'll tell you who does improve is Alfie Bevan, first man in the 2 minute 10s. So very good lap as he decides just to flatline it off the track and into the wall. Please don't let that be internet messing up again. Nope, it is him purposefully going off the track. That is fine. So
No, not quite sure at this point in time.
neither am I, but we will see for sure. That's Angela Scott. I do apologise. In second place, that is a new name. I thought it was that was a different Scott that I recognised. But Angela Scott joining us for the first race of the season. So welcome, Angela. Pleasure to have you. Right, everything seems to be working. Upgraded my PC, Studio. Well, I do have a very nice PC. It has an i7 processor, 12th gen, with a very fancy graphics card and a bit of RAM, quite a nice amount of RAM as well. So it is upgraded. It is quite nice, you know.
You gotta have the excessive RAM in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You gotta have like 32 gigs of RAM, DDR4. Hello, it all looks good over here. Lydia, thank you very much. I will take that and run for the hills. Right, Scott in the pits completely messed up their lap, so they'll stay put for now. Right, Matt Olkers in fifth place at the minute, car number 7, shall I say. It's a bit of a random one with these Alfa Romeos. They are restricted for a balance of performance, but they are still having a good showing as it stands. So I think our wonderful admin team gave a good kind of bop on these cars with the restrictors, so still looking competitive for the Alphas, but not absolutely OP as Matt goes through the final chicane there, and what will be the final long right-hander until we get to the pit straight.
Just had Karlzak jump up into second place with a 2:11.105. So he's about a half second, just shy of a half second off of first place. He was sitting down at 2:13, so I'm guessing probably got interrupted on the laps previous, and then now he's out again, looking to get a little bit more maybe.
Very good. That's a good lap from him then, that's for sure. And he'll, I'm sure he'll take that and run for the hills, and hopefully you might see him improve. But even in the Mercedes, only one of 4 Mercedes here in the grid tonight, having a really good performance there with 2:10.7. Just over 2 minutes to go. Bevan, Karlzak, Leach, Scott, Strystrand, Bloomquist, Silver, Alkers, Lindblom, and Leach Senior is your current top 10. Nice mix of cars as well within that top 10. But yeah, all 3 manufacturers are being represented. Mercedes, BMW, Alfa as it stands.
Yep, even definitely making the outnumbered car look good. Maybe I wonder if anybody is out there second guessing their car choices at this point, seeing that thing run up front.
A German car, German track. We could say that for the BMW as well, really, couldn't we? But yeah, I don't know. It looks a nice car. That's me being maybe being a bit biased.
I do have to say it is the most like civilian looking front end, I guess. It doesn't look like a race car, if you will.
No, absolutely not. But nonetheless, they're gonna keep going on a lap. They're not on a lap at the minute, but they're on a lap. Excuse me, the timing would show up at the bottom of the screen. But he will have enough time coming across the line to start a lap with about 50 odd seconds left on the clock. And indeed is winding up to start a lap is Alfie Bevan. Who is on a lap though? That is what I'm trying to look out for. But we'll stick with Alfie. Why not? He comes across the line to start a lap. And, ooh. Did he just invalidate it straight away by going across the curve a bit too much? Interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't think he has invalidated. Let's see. Let's drop down the field and see what Scott is doing. So Scott is on a lap at the minute.
Yeah, definitely a good showing here in the first qualifying for them. Sitting in 5th.
Absolutely, as they go through up into the final chicane. The BMW, one of the more representative cars alongside the Alfa, but so far unable to clinch the top spot from the Mercedes of Bevan. Round the final turn they go, and up onto the curve, not using too much. And you know it is fantastic. Vasky75, I hope I said that right, has subscribed to the channel. Scott. Angela Scott crosses the line. 2:10.9. Second driver into the 2:10s. Very good lap, but not enough to catch Alfie Bevan.
Yeah, really good lap there, honestly. I was looking at the delta and it must have been off. It was saying that they were up, but I guess they were down.
And not side to side either.
Yeah, no, they had to keep it straight to get that time.
There's a joke in there somewhere. And Karlzak will come across the line. Will he clinch the pole position? He will! 2:10.1 from Karlzak. Wow.
That's almost a second improvement right there. That's finding some time and then some.
Indeed, but Alfie is on a lap. laps from what I can tell. Is this going to be an improvement? Takes a lot of curve on exit, gets very squirrely. Somehow I don't think this is going to be it is an improvement, but sadly not enough to regain the P1 position. Right, Jorgensen crosses the line, stays the only other person on the lap. Chris Overstreet in the Alfa Romeo. He will come across the line. For qualifying, that is that.
Yeah, Carlzak coming in right there at the end. The pit pole from Bevan, and Scott jumping up onto third place in the podium. So let's see how this race turns out.
And even further good news, YouTube has stopped moaning at me, saying my internet now has an excellent connection. So, all is good in the world. Johan Carlzak will be your pole sitter with 2 minutes 10.1. Alfie Bevan followed up in second. Angela Scott third. Camilleon in fourth, getting in there fourth place. Didn't quite note that one. James Leach fifth. Casper Stroystrand sixth. Bloomquist seventh. Stevie Bain in eighth. Matt Olkers ninth. And then Zach Silver rounding up your top 10. 11th. Then Alex Nikolakakis. I can finally say that name right, thank God. 12th is Peter Jorgensen. 13th Daniel Lindblom. 14th James Leach Senior. 15th Ash Hill. 16th Arnold Ferrer. 17th Tim Bob. 18th Griff Overstreet. 19th Norman Bruce. 20th Ben Myatt. Jacob Hine. 21st. And that is 21 drivers tonight. This is going to be an absolutely wonderfully jam-packed race for you tonight. 2 races tonight, both 30 minutes as per usual. 1 mandatory pit stop to take within those 30 minutes. We will go again tonight for a second 30-minute race straight after this one, but with a shorter qualifying session. Only enough time really for 1 or 2 laps, so that will really spice up the race for race 2. As we just await for the lights to go out, we'll go back to live photos of our live pictures of our pole sitter as all 5 lights are on, and we're away for race 1 of round 2 here at Nürburgring. The classic DTM championship is a go, and Alfie Beeman getting a very good start off of P2. There's Alfie Beeman in the Mercedes. I do apologise. That is Beeman, isn't it? Into first place, going down into the corner. I think they all get through okay. Nothing in the background from what I saw. And that turn one can be notorious for cars clattering and causing calamitous. I can't think of another descriptive word beginning with C that could describe an absolute crash. Huzzah! As I got there in the end.
I like how you went to calamitous before crash.
Crash! Oh my God! It's a C. It's a word begins with C. Anyway, Beefen leading the way. Oh, good God. Oleg is dropping down the order, sadly, in the midfield, but everyone gets through okay.
Yeah, that was a really clean getaway from everybody. Nobody ended up backwards. Maybe there was a little bit of bumping and barging, but nobody ended up backwards, which is always good.
It's a clean, calm, collected start to the race.
As I say that, Overstreet is off in the gravel and shuffled to the back of the pack from about 15th, I believe.
Well, I spoke too soon, didn't we? Alan Bloomquist is also dropping down the order for some reason. Looks like they potentially got caught up in something and indeed go very wide into the start of the final sector. All the way down to 15th now, so I think from about 8th or 9th place on the standings. So they'll be looking to recover in what is a restricted Alfa Romeo for this season.
Yeah, it's definitely got a restrictor place on it, but I feel like it's just as fast as the rest of the cars. I feel like the balance performance is pretty well done, and
who's that?
Maybe
off from the side. That's Lindblom. Sorry to interrupt you. Mercedes off onto the right hand side of the track there. but recovering nonetheless. But yeah, the Alpha's pretty much, you know, it's on point with the balance of performance. I think we've done quite a good job with making sure that they still remain competitive.
Yeah, definitely still competitive and still have an edge in their own way over the other cars as the other ones do.
Absolutely. Oh, Nikolakakis is dropping down the order. That's an Alpha as well. What's happened there? All the way down to 20th. So
Maybe.
he'll be wanting to make a comeback at some point, but sadly that was a good position for him now, up in 9th.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he lost it on exit or was pushed around possibly.
Potentially. It did look like he might have had a bit of resistance to get to that point of the circuit.
Yeah, he was quite far off to the left-hand side of the track.
Well, I say that Lindblom's now also going very wide as we loses about 4 or 5 places, and Bain's around as well. Oh, that's massive.
Yeah, that's some serious damage there in the back window.
Oh, that was a very awkward camera view. Just drove straight to the cameraman, bless him.
Those cameramen are definitely strong-willed out there.
Indeed, and apparently invincible. Right, 25 minutes to go. Beaven leading the way in that incredibly powered Mercedes there. He's got about a... What's the gap as they come across the line? 2.5 second gap.
Got a question in chat. These are in-game AC cars. Yes, they are. I believe 2 of them are DLC content, though.
Correct. Yes, they are not mods. They are in-game cars by Kunos, but 2 of these cars are Kunos DLC. No ABS for Nikolakakis. That's possibly correct, yes. Even though the Alpha is balanced on power and it has 4-wheel drive, it's definitely not got the brakes. Oh, hello. Even going very squirrely down into the end of the first sector.
Yeah, I think Bevan's definitely trying to possibly open a little bit of gap up, maybe. If I remember correctly, the gap closed up after the pit stops in the first round, so he might be trying to get that gap opened up again.
Yeah, it's very much could be potentially a thing there. But 4 seconds now, Kawasaki and Bevan the gap. That is definitely so. Oh, what's happened to Leach Senior? Oh, he's found himself off at the hairpin. Not quite sure as to why that is, but he does get going again. Don't think he's hit a wall. Maybe just a bit of embarrassment.
I'd say he did. I don't know. The back of that Alpha looks a little worse for wear.
Let's have a gander. Yeah, I stand corrected.
It might maybe got helped to the inside, I'd assume.
Yeah, quite possibly. But nonetheless, he keeps going.
Scott, though, up there in third, is not letting Karlzak go, and neither is Leach. Should we say Leach Jr.? Or we'll just go with Leach.
Just Leach.
Leach sitting in fourth. There. There's a senior. Is that a junior? I don't know.
It is James Leach. I don't know. I think it's James Leach and James Leach Senior. I think if a father is calling their son Junior, I think that works. I don't think we actively say James Leach Junior. We just call him James Leach Senior.
Can we just call him Junior?
Junior.
No, I'm just kidding.
I just feel weird. I've known James for a while now, and owned, and calling him by Junior will just feel a little bit mad. I will let James Leach Senior reserve that right, as James Leach is actually catching Scott and Kawasaki, and well, they're not really catching. They are just having a fight for best of the rest as it stands, with Bevan being about now 5 seconds in the lead. Dear God. It's just insane. It really is.
Yeah, definitely opening that gap up. I want to say that's what, almost a second a lap.
Scott up the inside of Kawasaki, touch. And that has Scott into the grass. And they're going to lose another position to Chameleon. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm sure the stewards are going to have a lovely time negotiating any potential driver report. So Stewart doing as James Leach is into the barrier. The story is fighting just very briefly up ahead there with Kawasaki in the background as we saw the 2 cars behind him go at it. But, yep, that's car meet wall meet car, and car definitely came off worse. Oh. Dear freaking Lord.
We got a question in chat asking what the little vertical bars on YouTube left of the brand logos are.
Left of the brand logos?
I'm sorry, do you mean the vehicle brands? Like the little green dot or green dashes? Because if that's the case, that is whether or not the driver has taken their mandatory pit stop.
Right, yes. So, they are supposed to be... We're not entirely sure what's happening. It is the wonderful thing of Assetto Corsa is a lot of this stuff is modded and doesn't necessarily work. Usually, in the ideal world, those little green bars next to the driver numbers in the little blue boxes would signify that if they've taken their mandatory pit stop. That hasn't happened, and when it does happen, it doesn't really work. So ignore that. We'll have to manually track who's doing what as Scott gets onto the grass. Oh, massive moment in the background for Chameleon as well.
You know what? I think I figured that out. The ones to the ones to the left of the those are ping references. So green is good, yellow worse, and red even worse. If those are the ones to the left, if those are the ones you meant by chance.
Potentially. It's the connection pings. I think. Yes, it is.
Yeah, those are, yeah, exactly.
Oh, Tim Bob's round. He's stopped on track. And he's going to have to be careful with rejoin because he's in quite an awkward position there. Along the second straight? Yeah, second straight. No, it's not as it's going up into the third sector. Yes, it is.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the pings. Exactly.
The pings, the internet connections. Little green or longer orange bar. So green and short is good. Amber and red and longer is bad. As Olkers is stopped on the final corner, he's going to have to be really careful about not trying to hit a car. And has a very interesting way of getting into the pit lane. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's not going to go down well with the stewards.
In the middle of all of that kerfuffle, we had Scott make a move on Leach for third place as well. And we got Rose friend. Oh man, I am so bad at those names. In fifth, closing in on them.
Yeah, so I see. We're with it now. But yeah, the little green, amber, and red bars next to the names are our internet connections with the server. So basically, it's the player's individual kind of strength of connection with the game and online server as Scott goes wide.
Very, very wide.
It's not commentators cursed, honest guys. Honest. If it is, I seriously don't mean it to be.
Yeah, I can look at a name and just before I say it, I watch the little yellow arrow pop up, and it's like, whoops.
Whoopsies.
Did I do that?
No. What are you talking about?
Got quite the battle between Bane and Lindblom here, though. Bane actually just got a little bit wide, and Lindblom got a little away, but they've been going back and forth, trading positions.
They have been. Bane's got a very damaged car as well.
Yeah, that BMW has seen
Better days.
Oh,
okay. Let's go back
right.
to the leaders because Angela Scott's fighting away. I think that is someone pitting. Is that Bevan pitting or is that Karolzak pitting? It's Leach pitting. Leach is in the pits from second.
Interesting. Well, no, I suppose it's not very interesting because they do have a shortened pit window in these rounds, so they do have to kind of make a move relatively early compared to previous championships we've done.
Yeah, so only 10 minutes for pit window, so they have to pit and do their compulsory pit stop within a certain 10 minutes of the race. And in this case, it's between 10 and 20 minutes of the race. So between that time, they can make a pit stop, and that pit stop will count towards their mandatory pit stop, which is 1. But if they pit outside that, and if they need to repair damage, or they got wrong tyres, or don't have enough fuel, it will not count. You can pit if you want, if you need to, you can, but you'll have to stop again within the pit window. Right, Scott getting away. We need to keep an eye on Alfie, but in the background, Chameleon's catching Skystrand. I hope I said that right. Nikola Kakis almost back up in 9th. Yeah, he's in 8th now, actually, Lydia. So he's doing a good comeback drive. As Chameleon tries to go around the outside, then become the inside. Can he make that work? Oh, he's still along there, but still alongside. I think Chameleon has to yield, and he does. Sorry, Dominic, you were about to say something there.
I was just looking at the pit stops, and it looks like about half the field has actually cycled through their pit already. So we got just pretty much got to wait for the other half of the field to cycle through and see where it balances out at.
Oh, 5th and 4th decided to pit at the same time, and they were fighting in the pit entry, which was always fun to see. The Cheyenne Chameleon comes into the pits, then Casper will also follow, and they both pretty much go to their allocated pit boxes at the same time, and Chameleon misses the pit box, has to reverse a little bit.
Yeah, that's definitely going to kill a little bit of time for them there.
It is indeed. Now, Alfie Beaven's still out there.
Got Jorgensen jumped into the pits as well.
Yep. What is that? P. Bjorn Jorgensen, I think that is. I hope I've said that right, because the name isn't really exactly showing very clearly on in the game. So yeah, I hope I've said that name right.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like a letter that like the English alphabet just doesn't translate. Is that why it shows that?
Potentially. Could be.
Or do they have a special character there and that's why it doesn't show it type thing?
They're probably being fancy, aren't they? They're
yeah, some crazy asterisk or something, you know. They're super cool like that.
Down with the cool
a money beats. Sign for an S or something.
Who knows? Right, what's Nikola Kakis back down in 14th, sadly, Lydia. Sorry to disappoint you. But we'll stick with our leader, who is not pitted yet. Where he'll need to
Nikola Kakis did take the pit, though, so that's why they have fallen back a little bit.
Well, Alfie's going to be cutting this fine. If he gets caught in a spin on this lap, he'll he'll miss his pit window and have a hefty penalty on top of any potential damages that he causes. But he technically does have enough time to get back round to the pits again.
Carl's into the pits,
Yeah,
Scott's into the pits, and I'm assuming Hill will be following suit.
These guys wouldn't have had enough time to get around, but Beaver's going to be cutting it very fine. So we'll keep an eye on Beaver because he'll be wanting to get those soft tyres off as Kalzak misses his pit box. Reverses his car into the pit box and goes, yep, I definitely didn't get that on stream. Guess what? I did.
Got just the good part.
Just the good part. The part that matters is then I can immortalize the embarrassment.
Oh, you know what actually just happened though? P6 oNID for Ferrer did not come into the pits there and has not served their mandatory pit stop. So they will have a minute and 25 seconds to get back to that pit lane before receiving a penalty.
They're not going to do that in time. I can definitely tell you that. Yeah, Dave tweets said Alfie has a big enough gap to get out into P1. I think so, just somehow have about a 49-second lead over P2. It's going to be, it's going to be easily done, I think.
Yeah, last week I believe he had to deal with a little bit of lap traffic. It was that closed that gap up, and this week with the larger track length, that's just not an issue, obviously.
Indeed, absolutely. So getting away with that really, and taking the track length to his advantage. 27 seconds to go, and indeed he does pit. And I thought for a very brief moment that he wasn't going to. I go, Alfie, what are you doing? You silly booger! But he comes into the pits, drifts it in
very sideways. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get it slowed down in time, and he's in the pits within the pit window, and a little birdie.
Who was that? Who's ahead of him there?
Don't think I saw anyone ahead of him.
Ben Myatt. He had to do a little back up to get back into that pit spot, it looked like.
Got you. Right.
And oNID has just returned to pits, so don't know if that was their attempt at trying to get back there in time, just quick traveling back, but that's still going to put them down a lap, though.
It is, absolutely. So you'll have to serve a penalty for returning to garage, and that's going to cost him big time. And the lead between P1 and P2 is just 12 seconds is the gap. The thing is about Nikola Kakis, when we see him, his sweet lines reminds you of a young Raikkonen. I don't know why I emphasise the R in Raikkonen. Raikkonen. It's like Schumacher.
Gotta emphasize all the letters that don't need the emphasis.
Yeah, exactly. That's what all Europeans do with their language, isn't it? Never mind English. We cut out our language. We shorten our words, innit, bruv?
Right. Yeah, we just take the middle bit out.
Mando's got stuff to do, innit? Cuz.
So funny the way languages change from like region to region.
We have over 50 dialects in the United Kingdom, and that fact blows my mind. Let's get back to the racing. As Chameleon gets past Friesbrand in the Alpha. It looks like to be quite an easy move. I wonder if Casper had a bit of an incident there going into the hairpin.
I want to say Chameleon possibly had another incident. Got catching up to the back of Silver here, and Silver is about 7 seconds off the back of Leach. And if I remember correctly, Leach and Camlian were nose to tail going into the pits, were they not?
They were indeed. That actually might be a good point. What's happened to them to cause them to have such a big of a gap? Well, they're going to go alongside into the final chicane anyway.
I know Camlian had to reverse, but I don't know. I don't see 7 seconds coming from that.
No. I'm very parkourier. Well, they're going to continue nonetheless, and Silver will just have to defend from Camlian in the next 2 laps, and indeed with about 6.5 minutes to go. I think it's going to be the longest 6.5 minutes of Zach Silver's race time for a very long while.
Yeah, definitely under some pressure. That last lap looked like it was about a second slower than Camlian, so it looks like Camlian's got the pace. We'll just see if he can make that move stick.
Yeah, very much so. Dave tweets, something, boil water. Yeah, cup of tea, lad. Put boil water and kettle on, eh?
Oh, British. Just gotta take the ITI out.
And that is the stuff of nightmares. As Leach. Ooh, hello, Leach. Going very slowly there. Losing 2 positions.
I think they got off into the grass.
I now know how you feel when I try to do an American accent.
Yep, it's pretty horrendous. That's what I always say. Every time I try to do an English accent, it mostly comes out Australian. But most other times I just completely botch it altogether.
Yeah, I apologize here on out for any botched American accent that I do, and I retrospectively apologise for anything I have tried to do. as these 3 chaps are going to go at it, and the Alpha and the Silver still holding these guys off. Camlian did lose out to Leach there, but does have a run, but it's going to have a bit of a slower Alpha in front of him. Might get it boxed in a little bit as the Alpha tries to go side by side, and they all make contact. And look at that going back through. It's Casper getting 2 positions because of it.
Yeah, definitely a 4-way battle going on here.
Yeah, well, Casper's going to power off and follow Silver for a little while longer. Silver in his rearview mirror is probably thinking, yeah, they'll let these guys battle, they'll solve my problems for me. But well, now he has Casper on his tail, wanting to get the position off him. But again, look, those not top 3 drivers, should I say, those 3 drivers, the 5th, 6th and 7th, are keeping themselves pretty much occupied.
Yeah, I gotta say, Camlian's the odd man out here in the 1 beamer going against 3.
Leach is round.
No, as Leach goes around. Yeah.
He saves it, half spin going into the corner, but that's going to drop him right down away from this battle. Camlian now looking up the inside of Casper. Is that move done? Casper will then have the inside line for the next turn. Camlian hangs it around the outside, still on the outside, but has to yield. Through goes Casper. Yeah, I know. That's a very, very lovely flashback I've just had of a certain Hamilton driver at Silverstone. Those 3 words just ingrained in my memory for all good reasons. But yeah, Camlian and Casper give us some good entertainment here. Oh, it's going to look up the inside. It's Camlian later on the brakes potentially. The Alpha gives the BMW some space. Sees the move coming. Maybe doesn't fully commit to the corner just to avoid contact, but this has brought Leach back into it again. As Camlian actually gets the move done along the straight, and in the background Leach going very deep. And I think, deciding to take a shortcut. No, you can't take a shortcut around that track. It's all barriered off. So, yeah, he gets away with that. Apparently, Cameron Graham, thank you for dropping into the chat. Big love for Nikolakakis. Absolutely, we love Nikolakakis. He's a awesome fella whose name I can definitely pronounce correctly now. Nikolakakis.
I think we're getting a new fan favorite here, honestly.
We are, absolutely. He's in 12th at the minute. But Alex,
I think Lindblom might be closing in on a battle, possibly with him.
Yeah, absolutely. So lovely little midfield battle for these guys.
Looks like Leach Senior is closing in on Overstreet right behind them as well. Looks like.
Yeah, last laps for Overstreet, 2 minute 15.2. Leach Senior though, 2 minute 14. Going to be alongside, come down to the first turn. Leach Senior on the brakes. And have a slower car in front of him. I believe that is Ben Myatt.
Yeah, possibly. I think he might have been a lap down, just getting out of the way.
Yeah, getting out of the way is Ben, bless him. That's move done. Oh, change of 4th and 5th. Zach Silver and Chameleon going at it. And in the background, Leach and Casper also too having their own little battle. Silver still holds off Chameleon for now, but the Leach and Casper battle also heating up. We'll keep an eye on that and see if any moves are made in the background. I think they're going to stay put for now. And indeed they do. Down through the right-hander. Leader is now on the final lap for this first half-hour race. As the Zach Silver battle and Leach battle is still on the burner.
I want to say that BMW is just a little bit faster in the straight line, but the Alpha's a little quicker off the corner.
Yeah, exactly. So they're balancing each other out at this point, really. As yeah, look at this Silver in the slipstream. It's definitely got the straight line, but the Alpha's got the corner and the braking almost nailed down to a T. The BMW
looks like setting up the crossover here.
Yeah, the BMW's a little bit squirrely on the brakes, but tries to go for the crossover. Indeed, tries to go for another over-under. Can't quite make it work. The four-wheel drive for the Alpha, proving dominant through this part of the lap. This is the final lap of the race, so we'll keep an eye on these guys and see who gets ahead of who.
Good run for Chameleon coming out of the turn there.
Yeah, up the inside to the next left-hander in the straight line in BMW. Is Silver going to be able to respond to that? We're going through tight, twisty corners of this next sector. The Alpha may be better suited for getting drive off corners, but when the BMW gets power down, it does kind of check out a little bit. Indeed, the BMW does go a little bit deep. Might give Zach Silver a reason. No, not quite enough of a run.
Leach is off wide in the background, trying to push just that every little bit more to catch that gap up.
Yeah, remains status quo between Casper and James Leach. But we'll stick with this battle. We will say congratulations to Alfie Beavan. He will cross the line in any second. And indeed he does. Race win for Alfie Beavan. Another 10 or so seconds. We'll see the checkered flag icon for Kelzak in the top left of your screens on the timing tower. And then Scott will take third. Still to play for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. We'll stay with this battle up until the checkered flag. Into the final chicane goes Chameleon, then Silver, then Leach, then Casper. And I think everything's going to stay the way it is. I don't think
Silver taking a lot of curb on that chicane, but getting loose on the exit.
It did indeed. And in the background, oh, that's the Alpha going wide. So it'll be Chameleon, Silver, Leach and Casper for the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Hill comes across the line in 8th, Moonquest 9th. And that's Jorgensen in 10th, Hein 11th. fan favourite Nikola Kakis goes across in 12th, followed by Lindgren 13th. Olkers 14th in the Alpha. A bit further down the road, James Leach Sr. comes across the line for 15th. Just a bit further down from him, Chris Overstreet 16th. Norman Bruce will be taking the 17th position. Tim Bob, Stevie Bay have already seen the checkered flag. They have classified 18th and 19th. Last person to see the checkered flag will be Ben Myatt in 20th. Sadly, Ferrer in 21st has DNF'd from the race, but will hopefully rejoin us for race 2.
Yeah, I believe that was that pit miscalculation, missing the pit in the allotted time window.
Ugh. Right, I am going to exit this server and hope the game doesn't throw a hissy fit, and in turn my PC would throw a hissy fit. Are we still here, Dom? Are you still there with me? Dom, don't give me silence. Please, for the love of God, don't give me silence. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, hello. We definitely have a bit of PC issues. I can just wait for everything to calm down. Are you still there?
Yeah.
There you are. Phew. Yeah, for some reason the computer does not like to exit the game and stream at the same time.
Yeah, the crossover or whatever on it.
It is very random and indeed something to keep an eye on. It is. It's got a load of junky files, I think, in the system, so I do need to give it a bit of a clear up, really. Oops. Anyway, yeah, that was a very interesting first 30-minute race. We will just await the next server to go live with our friends on SimRacing.GP, providing all of our service for us tonight. We just have to wait for the next server to go live in about 1 minute's time, but hopefully another interesting race for us to dig our teeth into. Dominic, quite looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely interested to see if Carl's possibly got any hidden pace in there. He definitely turned the fastest lap in qualifying, but kind of got walked away from there by Bevan. So we'll see if possibly could turn it around here in the second race.
Good stuff. Dave tweets, am I covering the Clubman Cup on Thursday? The Clubman Cup is not a streamed race series on a Thursday night. It gives us, the admins, and everyone else a bit of a breather in the midweek, so we some of the admins actually race there. Excellent. And we're encouraged to take part, have a bit of fun, but I do believe one of our wonderful admins there, Mr. Ben22 Racing, does stream his point of view of that race, whatever he's racing, if he is in the series. He does that on his personal Twitch channel. If you want him to watch in, I would definitely recommend giving him a follow and a view, and yeah, he should. That's what he usually does, and I think Johnny also does the club win as well. But actually, no, I do believe Johnny will be streaming on the AMS series on Thursday night. The AMS, the amateur oNID ACC Amateurs Championship, will be streaming at Suzuka, I do believe, on YouTube. Not that it's actually a scheduled video on YouTube yet, so we need to get that one up. But hello there, Fatman8877. Great first race. It was absolutely a fantastic first race, and I'm really hoping that we can replicate that for race 2. And I feel slightly not what's the word? I feel slightly tip on my tongue. I can't think of my words. That's really annoying when that happens.
That one word that you're thinking of.
Yeah, I feel slightly uncomfortable. There we go. Slightly uncomfortable calling you fat man, but it is your username, so you've only got yourself to blame. God. Dear Lord. Thank you for dropping by nonetheless. It's a pleasure to have you. And we will just wait for the second session to launch on SimRacing.GP. Sadly, with the way AC works, we have to run separate race servers for each separate race because AC cannot handle the idea of doing more than 2 races in one session.
Does not compute.
Computer says no. Computer says no. The server will shortly go live. They're just waiting for the server to launch, but no, fantastic result there from the race winner, Mr. Bevan. Thank you. I was about to sneeze, but it didn't happen, which is very annoying. But it's 14 laps around that race for half hour, so we'll expect to see a similar race pace from the guys this evening for race 2. Only downside is that, well, it's not really a downside, it's going to be an absolute spanner in the works. Qualifying for this second race session will only be 5 minutes, I do believe. Enough time for 1 or 2 flying laps, so the drivers will have to get it right and won't have the flexibility of having about a 10-minute qualifying session. So pretty much 1 shot, 2 shots if you're lucky. Yeah, really separates the drivers well there when they got only 1 chance to do it in. Has the second server gone live yet? It has indeed. Now, let's try and join this and not have my PC throw an absolute panic attack. It's well enough equipped to handle it, so I do not know why it doesn't like it sometimes. Come on, PC, you know you want to work. Guys, it worked. Oh my god. Holy Jesus.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Huzzah. Let's get back to live images of the racetrack, and indeed OBS has also decided to work as well, so that's all fine.
Oh, that there miracle too.
Oh, there miracle too, goddamn. Diggity damn. This thing's worked better than my old VCR. Anyway. I'm so sorry, Dominic. I am so sorry. Right, 8 minutes of free practice. Let's see. I can't get anyone into drag them into the comments box to interview because we don't have a comments box anymore in the main Discord server. We're in our little secret admin Discord where we can't drag anyone in and question them on their performance from last race, sadly. But one to watch though is well, where is he? He's not even out on track yet, which is ever so slightly annoying. I was going to use him as a talking point. Mr. Bevan still deciding to be in the pit lane. How very antisocial of him! How dare he? When we want to talk about him.
I don't believe he needs extra practice. He should probably just sit it out. Maybe we'll get him a shopping trolley here for this next race and see how he does.
Yeah, a shopping trolley. That's brilliant. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh dear Lord. Right. Let's just wait for 7 minutes. 7 minutes is a long ass time to wait, isn't it? Which is very annoying. What can we do with 7 minutes? This is the point where I drag drivers in, but we don't have a comms box in the end Discord anymore, and I don't know why. Oh,
yeah, they've pushed us off into the comms booth closet in the corner. No longer the proper comms booth.
In our secret, not so secret admin Discord. Which is very rude. Away from everyone else. I love dragging people down and just catch them off guard. It feels like it makes the stream a lot more authentic when you don't tell people what you're going to do.
Yeah, it is definitely fun when you get somebody halfway through a sentence too. It is the best.
Get people going, the car is absolutely off on the track. Oh, hi guys.
Just mid sentence. And how's it going? You're with Aiden Adams in the comms booth. What?
Let's say what now.
Where have I come
Where?
to?
Where?
Who's brought me here?
What admin abuse is this? The admin privileges has been used and abused. I did not want to be dragged down here.
I do not consent to this dragging.
Oh dear. As just wait for the rest of the practice session to take over, 5-minute qualifying, and then we'll really see if that shakes up the order. But it's most noteworthy to say that without our wonderful viewers here this evening, it's been a pleasure to have you all, and it's a pleasure to continue to have you all. Thank you for dropping by and saying hi. It makes our evenings a lot more pleasurable, fun, and exciting to interact with you all. And yeah, if you want to get involved, have a look at your top right hand corner of your Twitch stream, where you will see eventually it will cycle through a
literally changed as you said
I
it.
know, right? Like literally changed, as I was about to point out. You will see a Discord link. You can type into any web browser of your choosing, but we will judge you if it's not Chrome. Discord.gg/oNID Community Racing. Get yourselves involved. Come and say hi. Come and pester us. Keep an eye out for our latest leagues. Come and have a chat. Always something going on within the Discord server, but come and say hi. It'd be wonderful to have you, and yeah, get involved as well.
Yeah, come say hi. Come get out on a track with us. We got a series pretty much all throughout the week on all days through across 3 different sims now, or is it 4?
It is 3 at the minute.
3, yeah.
Assetto Corsa. Well, technically 2 at the minute. Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa Competizione. We used to have Raceroom, sadly. We decided to drop Raceroom and replace it for Assetto Corsa, but yeah, lots of fun things happening with AMS2 at the minute, which is exciting to see. But watch this space. We'll see if anything does happen. But yeah, our wonderful friends at SimRacing.GP providing all of our servers for oNID Racing, and without their support and help, we wouldn't be able to bring you these awesome races tonight and throughout the weeks that we do stream these races. So yeah, a nice little tip to the hat to them as well.
Yeah, definitely couldn't do it without the servers being set up for us. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also nice to not only note our server providers, but also SimHound Racing and that is fantastic from our wonderful great late Murray Walker. Lydia D, thank you for the subscription. Thank you for your support, much appreciated. You are awesome. But who is also awesome is SimHound Racing for all your racing accessories, gloves, boots. Got my lovely oNID branded gloves, as Jorgensen goes very wide there and gets in a bit of traffic. I said somehow, didn't I? Sim stuff for your button boxes and interactive accessories, button boxes, other little cool gadgetry that I think is pretty awesome. And Ben22 Racing has already been mentioned, fantastic livery and content creator, and Cadan Computers as well for all your computer needs, computer builds, computer parts, you name it, they'll probably have it. You can tell this is our practice session. They're drifting through the corners. They know they're on stream and they're just showing off. Look at this.
We got a three wide tandem drift here.
Where? Stevie Bain?
I think Jorgensen and I can't tell who. Hold on. Oh, never mind. We're down to 2. Somebody lost it in the grass.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, 1 minute to go, and then we can actually see some proper racing. Oh goodness, how could I forget? Another quick sponsor shout out. Go for the Gap. Go for the Gap Racing team as well. oNID Racing Stronger. Also, partners and supporters of the oNID racing community. How can I forget about them? How daft of me. Wonderful people, and indeed, without their support, would not be able to do these streams. And yeah, it's just fantastic. It's always fantastic to have them on board.
And we got a comment from Tim Bob. Face.
I don't know what to make of that, to be perfectly honest. That is definitely very random, as Jorgensen decides to definitely take a shortcut through that final last chicane and promptly returns to the pit lane. Tim Bob, if that is a plead and cry for help, please let us know. Here's that's always sign over to try. Send help. I'm not quite sure what to make of that.
If you need help, flash your lights 2 times on the starting line. We'll know.
Yes. Yeah. That's brilliant. Oh, where is he? There he is, 19th. I can't quite see him. Can't see your lights if you're flashing him. No, he's not flashing him. He's fine. I'm sure he's fine. And car in the BMW. He's fine. He's fine. He's totally fine. Maybe.
I wonder which one of the 4 faces was the face Tim was making throughout the race.
I do wonder. Car 7, what you doing, Stevie Bain? That wasn't car 7. That's car 7. That's car that decided to spin in the pit lane. That said car 7. I wasn't quite sure what that was there. Anyway. These guys are going to continue racing for some reason. They're still on a lap. They shouldn't be. And they're just now tomfooling around. Which is actually delaying the start of qualifying, which is slightly cheeky of them.
Some nice drifts out of Lindblom here. Definitely.
Where is he? There he is. Let's see if he
testing the limits of these tires as he comes to a stop.
He's going to do some quick donuts. He's going to do some donuts, isn't he? Is he? No, he's not.
I don't know. I feel like something's about to happen, I feel like.
I'm thoroughly disappointed. Absolutely gutted. Oh, he's just staying still for some reason. I don't know why. Alfie B even... Oh, there's a drift. Nice cheeky drift through the... Oh, look at that. Now that is just showing off. As we now do proceed to qualifying. They've got it all out of the systems. Hopefully they won't do anything like that again during the race.
Oh no, did we just have Tim Bob just left the server?
Tim Bob, no. Your cry for help. Come back. Get back here. Dear God.
You are not authorized to leave the session. You must return.
Get back here now. Get back. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Back to the server.
Back to the server. Get down. Oh dear Lord. What the hell have I started? That's going to get stuck in my head now. God damn it, Dominic. 10 seconds.
They can't give us 10 minutes in between these things.
No, they can't. It's just silly. It's just absolutely silly. Why do you give us 10 minutes to ramble about anything and everything and just make shambolic embarrassment of ourselves? And there's a green light for qualifying. And everyone is now away. As
You wanted to be out first.
Yeah, exactly. As my game did briefly just throw a hissy fit, and we are now back live again. Dear God. Alright, first car out on track is Johan Kamelzak. One of the regulars here with oNID into the ACA, so he joined us in Raceroom and then decided to jump on over with when we went to AC. But a pleasure to have him nonetheless, really pushing on his outlap, potentially trying to get a bit of temperature into those tyres.
Yeah, I got pretty much a one and done, assume. Maybe get 2 flying laps.
Potentially, we will see.
My fast math's not that good.
No, 3 minutes 50. If he gets across the line with 2 minutes 30 to go, or maybe 2 minutes 20, might get 2 laps out of it. Might just get back for 2 laps. Just. We'll say that. All goes very deep. Oh, very, very deep. Gets away with it though. Let's try a different camera position. That's more like it. We go down into the final game. We'll stick with Karolzak because they'll be the first one to start a lap and the first one to finish it. So we'll immediately see what benchmark. Yeah, he'll easily get 2 laps. I'd say about the top 4, top 5 might get 2 laps out of this qualifying session if they're lucky.
That puts Bevan right about where he won't then, huh?
Yeah, I've got to keep an eye on that. There's Karolzak goes down to turn 1, scrapes the tarmac there, sparks flying from the rear of that BMW. Goes around, drifting and saying, no, that's it, I'm not going to get a second lap, I'm going to absolutely bin it instead.
Yeah, I don't think that drift was intentional.
Right, so Angela Scott there on a lap as it stands. I'm going into the middle sector, and I have been correctly informed, so I do apologise. That Angela is a regular. Actually, it is Scotty themselves. So Scotty is now Angela Folks, and we welcome the change. We celebrate that change indeed. So Angela, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Welcome, even though you never really left or have always been with us. It's a pleasure to have you nonetheless. Angela will go through the up into the final sector. She's doing quite well at those stands. Looks like a very tidy lap. But we'll go up the hill, then hard on the brakes. Gets the corner nice and tidy through up into the final turn. One last swooping right-hander. Get on the power as early as you dare, and then come across the line to finish the lap. It is a 2-minute 11, and who will be able to challenge that? We'll keep an eye on the timing tables. Where is Camille?
Bevan is gonna get another lap.
Bevan will get a lap, but no time on the tower yet for Bevan. He locks up into turn 1. That's the first lock-up we've seen from a car during this race session, or during this round, really. But Angela Scott up into P1 is Scotty, so she's going to be proud of that with herself. But can go another lap. I believe
Overstreet was the last one to make it through.
Cool. We'll keep an eye on that. It's a good reference point, actually. Scott, though, will go down into the hairpin. Will the game pick up sector times? Let's just stick with it and see if it does. Goes back up the hill again. There's Scotty, very slidey there by Scotty. As she gets a nice chunk of the Schumacher S there on the curb on the inside. It keeps it pointing in the right direction. Around she goes back down the hill And we'll eventually go back uphill again. And lovely kink in the corner there, but car's pretty much flat out anyway, so kind of disregard that as a corner. It's mainly a straight line, really. Or, in essence, a straight line. Hard on the brakes uphill into the final chicane. Ulkers and downwards. Ulkers and down have pretty much finished their laps and will not be improving. It'll be Scott to come across the line first. Hill has binned it. P5 for Hill. Nothing more Hill can do there. As Scotty will come across the line. Will they improve? They do not. They say 211.1. Chameleon. Who's the next across the line, actually? We need to take note of that. Oh, well, a couple of times. Leach, Culliman. And there goes Alfie Beavan to pole. 10.6. Whew.
Well, went into the last second to get that one in.
Yeah, Get was hanging, didn't they? As Beavan gets it across the line and indeed celebrates with a bit of a drifting show for good measure. Your starting order as it stands is Alfie Beavan, then Scotty, Angela Scott, James Leach, Cheyenne Chameleon, Zach Silver, Peter Jorgensen, Elvin Boomquist, Casper Streistrand. I hope I said that right. I keep thinking that. Anyway, Jacob Hine P9, Ash Hill P10, Matt Olkers 11th, Johan Kalozak P12th, Chris Overstreet P13, Daniel Lindblom 14th, James Leach Sr. P15, Alex Nikolakakis in 16th, Arnold Ferrara in 17th, Norman Bruce 18th, Ben Myatt 19th, P20 is Stevie Bain himself. Not just Stevie Bain, Stevie Drive-Through Bain. If you know, you know. He always gets drive-throughs when he races in ACC, bless him. That's how he gets the nickname. He's very infamous for it, bless him. We do like to give him a good ribbon for it. Sorry, Stevie. Maybe. As you get ready to go for another half hour, Dominic, your thoughts? What to expect? I think we may have another race where Alfie does just walk away with it.
Yeah, I'm looking at Karlzak's pretty buried back there in the pack, so we'll see what he can do to get through and how fast he can get through, if possible, and see what Beavan does. I think you're right, though. I think Beavan might just kind of walk away with this.
Well, we shall find out in a moment's time. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red lights in the middle of your screen as they all go out, and we are away for the final 30-minute race of this second round here at Nürburgring GP for the Classic DTM Championship. Alfie Beavan leads them away down into the first turn, gets a sizable gap already over James Leach and Zach Silver. And they all go into the first turn. And Scott, though, Scotty losing positions there upon the start, which she's not going to be happy about, I don't think. And down to there's contact with the top two. They both survive it. There was a massive shunt between Silver and Leach. There's still another massive shunt, and Zach has a massive moment, and he's going to lose places because of it.
Yeah, Scott just went up the inside and was like, y'all two deal with that. I'm going to go around.
I'm going to round this, fools. As Zach does keep it going. But Alfie Beavan, though, 2-second lead already. It's not even been a full lap.
Karlzak's all the way up into 9th. Down.
Oh, no, spoke too soon. He's going to face...
Yep.
He's going into the grass. And that, folks, is what you do call a commentator's curse.
Yep, like I said, I couldn't even get the name out.
No, Zach Silver, they're being challenged around the outside, which will then become the inside line for that right-hander there, going down into the third sector, should I say. And that is now 4th place for what is a recover. Ooh. Chameleon looking to have a massive off there. As up ahead, Zach Silver now tries around the outside of the chicane. Can't make that work. Maybe you might try and get the over-under into the final turn. Uses the 4-wheel drive of that Alpha to get a bit more of a better drive off the corner. Both are Alphas though, so they're going to be reasonably good on corner exit. And Alfie, Silver, should I say, Zach Silver has to really now fight for this. If he wants his P3 back, Leach goes into the inside, goes immediately defensive, and they follow each other through down into the first turn. I think they're both going to get away with it. Sadly, chopping and changing in the midfield though. Hill, Chameleon, Jorgensen and Hine all chopping and changing. Leach dropping down the order. Leach is facing the wrong way, that's why he's dropping down the order. And that's after turn 2.
Yeah, him and Silver just kind of came together in the middle of the turn, and Leach got the worst of it.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's not going to be very good for him. Oh, Zach Silver up now up into 3rd. Oh, was that? No, Zach Silver's always in 3rd. Oh, that's Olkers up into the kitty litter. He'll have to be careful redrawing because he's got quite a lot of traffic behind him wanting to get back past him. It's a train of cars, pretty much all within the same half a second of each other. There's more contact with the car trying to get past, and there's a car round in front of him. That's Hill. Oh, it's massive.
That's a big one.
That's an absolute calamity of crashes there. Leach Sr., Olkers, Overstreet, Meyer potentially involved, Jorgensen as well.
I want to say Karlzak just gained about 4 or 5 positions there.
He did indeed. Norman Brousseau off the track, sadly, and the Schumacher S's.
Seems like people are struggling for some grip out here, possibly. We're seeing a lot of running wide and little exploring in the sand dunes out there.
Oh, that's Casper. That's Casper, final chicane. That was P3, or P4, should I say. How did he end up there? Sadly, annoyingly, I can't get replays like I can as ACC, but yeah, he's getting.
I mean, the only way I could assume is outbraked himself.
Oh, possibly. Massive shot in the background. That was a car going sideways across the exit of the final turn and getting T-boned.
Yep, that was Lindblom falling down the order and Hill.
Oh, that isn't good, Lindblom. You hopefully guys will see that in the background of that battle we were spectating. Just car going sideways, and then it was all exit stage left, stage right, and then contact like bumper cars. Ooh, that was a nice thing to see. Never like cars seeing hit each other and doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, it's never nice when you see a big old pileup, but kind of just one of the things you got to roll with the punches and try to battle back.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so Stevie Bain, look at this. Up into 7th is Mr. Drive-Thru himself.
Perfect. I was just about to mention him, but I didn't want to curse him, so then you mentioned him, so I was like, awesome. I mentioned
him, and then I'm definitely not cursed him. He goes very slidey through Schumacher S's. Steven, stop it.
Right behind me though, looking good in 8th is Nikola Kakis, then followed by Chameleon and Karlzak and Leach. Wow. So Chameleon, Karlzak, and Leach sitting in 9, 10, and 11. That was 2, 3, 4, was it not last race?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fan favourite is Nikola Kakis, then getting into the battle. Stevie Bain's going to look inside of the final chicane though, but the Alfa Romeo loses out there. Stevie Bain gets the move done, and then will hopefully use his superior straight line speed to create a gap before the Alpha can get back past him in the corner.
Yeah, it was definitely a good move there, sticking it up the inside and then being able to carry the speed around the outside of that second part of the chicane.
Oh, you say that.
As he runs wide.
Very wide, and loses the place again to Casper, but Nikolakakis, right on his tail, or thinking of move up the inside of turn 3, thinks better of it. The Alpha is very much dominant through the corners in the background. Kalozak and Chameleon having a nice old battle there into turn 2. 3, should I say. Now turn 4. Right.
Bruce and Myatt, they're just going back and forth. I've seen them names flip about 3 times, it seems like, in the last lap.
No, absolutely. So that's going to be another interesting battle to keep an eye on.
It just lost out to Overstreet, though, so maybe a mistake was made.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's contact between Myatt and Lindblom. And Lindblom's going to find himself in the kit litter, but recovers.
I feel like this isn't Lindblom's race. Had quite a few bumps.
Indeed, sadly not, as Myatt does continue. What's happening with the little... Wow, hold on a minute. Scotty in P2. Dare I say it?
Catching?
Potentially. Stevie Bain there and Casper Strand. Oh, there's contact!
Oh, wow.
Casper's round. That was a punt
Nikolakakis,
from
the big winner
potentially.
there.
And Stevie Bain's got caught up in that as well. He's found himself into the wall at the final chicane.
How did he get to the back side of that wall?
Ooh, that's not good.
Interesting position there.
Yeah, very much so, as Nikolakakis goes very wide into turn 1, avoiding Chameleon and Kalozak there. But nonetheless, does continue.
Kalozak up into 6th position again, so a little going up, going down, coming back up.
Lucky Scott. Angela Scott. Scotty's in the grass from P2. Oh, that's not good.
Silver and Bloomquist up 1.
Yep, the gap to leader now 11.2 seconds. Pit window has now just opened. Again, similar, the same as last race actually. Between 10 and 20 minutes is when you can make your mandatory pit stop. For Scotty, I don't think that's come soon. That couldn't have come soon enough.
Yeah, that really sucks to see. I swear that they were catching Alfie up there in the lead.
I think she was, so yeah, that's a shame. But she'll probably make her pit stop at the end of this lap and cut her losses, basically. That's going to drop her right down the order.
Yeah, it's that trade-off, right? Do you pit early and just try to fight back, or do you try to stay out and try to find a gap to fall back into?
Oh, I wouldn't. That's the only thing when doing races like this. I hate doing my own pit strategy. I have to let someone else do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, with how close everybody is, I would almost say just try to run it to the end of the window. Oh, who's in? That's Silver in the pits. So opting to go in early. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. But I think he's just gonna get caught up in traffic, honestly.
We'll soon find out. Let's where's Tim? Sadly, he left the server at the start of qualifying and decided never to return. Right, Casper also into the pits.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
But think Alfie, we'll check in with Alfie. 15 seconds now is the lead over P2. So he'll be wanting to potentially leave his pit stop as late as he humanly can, like he did last race, to maximise the gap. It's now 16 seconds over P2, so he is gaining time and finding time, which is ever so slightly annoying, because we always like to see a battle for the lead, but nonetheless a very dominant display there from Bevan.
I want to say Scott is closing back in on Bloomquist as well.
Yeah, she is. We'll keep an eye on that. Scotty's getting there and catching, even with damage on the car. It sadly didn't quite catch what happened. I'm presuming that she had a mistake of her own making. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what had to have happened.
Yeah, because there was a gap about 4 seconds between her and the lead.
Front and back, yeah.
Unless it was a lapped car getting in the way. It's the only other thing I could think of. But yeah, probably saved her the embarrassment of not showing it on stream or not catching it on stream. So.
Bloomquist opted to jump into the pits. So
yeah, opting to take his pit stop, but gives Scotty the lead back. Not the lead, sorry. Gives Scotty P2 back again. Excuse me. Netraxa, words are failing me. Netraxa thinks the BMW is the best car around here. Tell that to Alfie, because he is currently leading the way in the mighty Mercedes-Benz. So much so it is now almost 17.5 seconds, and gaining. So he's got that car dialed in like it's no man's business. I say that. He's getting so confident, he's drifting it around the corners.
If I remember correctly, there's quite a bit of drifting going on at Red Bull Ring last week.
Yeah, I wonder if that's maybe a fast, ironically, maybe a bit of a faster way to get the cars around the corner.
Either that or he's just really pushing those softs all the way till the end point as he just fully drifts that turn.
He's still gaining time because of it, which is the absolutely bonkers thing. Alfie is just a UFO, an alien. We could win this in a Fiat 500.
I say we get him a shopping trolley. Gotta see what he can do in one of those.
Give him a really underpowered go-kart. He'll still probably find time on some of these guys. It's just bonkers. It doesn't even, I know he's drifting around corners. It doesn't really look like he's overly pushing. That's the thing. 2:12 was his last lap, which is a good 2 seconds off qualifying pace. But Scott, we'll see what she does when she comes across the line.
Yeah, it's 2 seconds off quality pace, but 16 minutes into the race on a set of softs, so that's pretty impressive still.
Similar times from Scotty there, which is interesting. We think what you see on screen is the correct tyre compounds of what they're on at the minute. We did have an issue last week where it wasn't showing that. And indeed, the stewards were very annoyed at the stream team, i.e. me, because they couldn't tell if people changed their compounds. Which, by the way, you have to do. You do have to change your compound of tyres during the race. You cannot stay on the same type of compound. So if you started in softs, you have to go to mediums. If you start in mediums, you go to softs. Hard tyres are an option, but they're very much out of the question for everyone that I speak to within the championship.
Carlzak up into third. Leach found his way back up into fourth. So getting a little bit of regularity back in the top 4 there.
I mean, the BMWs
But the
are...
gaps are just so big.
Yeah, exactly. The BMWs are showing their worth around here. Let's be honest. You know, they're holding up, but is it just the Alfie effect in that Mercedes?
Yeah, just I don't think I've seen a vehicle that doesn't have an Alfie effect.
Yeah. It's rather interesting, isn't it? We'll keep an eye on that, and we'll see what happens. But maybe maybe an ideal reason or ideal case study for a proposal for success ballast.
Success ballast, weigh him down.
Weigh him down, boys. Bloomquist is showing that it's off track. Now, he's going slowly at the hairpin and has lost even more time to 10th place Jacob Hine. So I think potentially a little bit of a half spin there for Bloomquist, but keeps it going nonetheless. As Alfie Bevan is pitting from the lead. Scotty also follows them into the pit lane as well, and so does Kalzak. Top 3 all being quite...
And Leach.
Yeah.
And Jorgensen.
You know, Leach, Jorgensen, everyone coming into the pits, realising they don't have enough time to go get another lap in.
Vera up into 6th, so showing good.
And 6th, 7th, and 8th all coming in at the same time as well. Zach Silver, though, going for another lap. Has he already pitted, Zach Silver? He has.
Yep, he has. So
this is paying off for Zach Silver big time.
Yep. I believe he's going to reclaim 2nd position.
He does indeed. Pitting early has actually potentially worked in his favour.
Yeah, definitely must have missed the traffic just so. Karlzak, though, dropping quite a ways down. Seemed like a pretty long stop there, but not 100% sure on the gap difference coming into the pits.
Did have damage, didn't Johan, so it's probably why.
Possibility.
Was caught up in the lap 2 incident. But Alfie Beaver's still leading away.
Jacob Hines, though, sitting in 4th when all pit stops are sitting down.
Yeah, exactly. So good showing for Jacob.
Ben making it in to take his pit with 30 seconds left on the clock.
Indeed, cheeky last minute pit stop for the cheeky man in last.
Mr. Matt.
I'm sure he won't mind me saying that in the slightest, and I'll probably get a virtual punch for saying that, but hey, we'll be alright.
He did not have to back up into his pit this time, so saving time there.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but a bit of admin abuse will never hurt me. As Alfie, though, 17 second lead. It's just unreal. Honestly is. Zach Silver, though, a very honourable 2nd. Scotty, not too far down the road behind Zach, about 2 and a bit seconds in the same straight at the very least. But that might develop into a very last minute kind of best of the rest battle.
Yeah, I'd say the closest battle we got out on track is Chameleon, Leach, and Karlzak, 6th, 7th, and 8th, as Karlzak actually makes a move on to Leach coming into the final chicane and makes it stick.
Indeed, very much so. Let's have a look. Karlzak retaining the position, and Leach desperately doing anything and everything he can to try and get it back. But we'll see what he does into the first turn. I think the dominance of the BMW straight line has got the edge over the Alphas. A lack of oomph, but four-wheel drive maybe will benefit the Alpha as they go through the corners, as the BMW does go a little bit wide into the first turn on. It's a little bit offline, but gathers it back up just about enough to pull a bit of a gap, and Alpha goes very deep as well there. So was that a traffic or was that a car for position? That's a car for position. That's Chameleon going slowly in front of Camelsack here, so this will be a three-way fight for 7th, 6th and 5th. Sorry, 8th, 7th and 6th should I say. As the two BMWs will go side by side, and this gives the Alpha a bit of an opportunity to try and get the move done again, to reclaim the position that they lost.
We have a position change for 2nd place, actually. Oh, battle actually going on. A little side-by-side action.
This is.
Silver got loose coming out of the bottom hairpin and allowed Scott to get up alongside.
Yeah, Scotty up on the inside, but the inside then becomes the outside, so it's not the most favourable of positions to be in, and indeed doesn't quite yield. They give each other space. Inside line from the kink and the right hander, but that will then become the outside line, but a bit of later braking might get the move done. No, not quite. Silver holds off on the inside line and keeps 2nd for now. Scotty will doesn't try it up into the final turn. She stays put. But could be a move down for turn 1. You can see the dominance of the straight line from the BMWs against the Alpha is just, especially around here, it's just incredible. The amount of advantage you can get from just being in the BMW on a straight line. But then the Alpha claims it all back when they get under braking and gets turned into a corner.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see the different cars make their speed in different ways. But at the end of it all,
that's a bit of a last-minute move there, but made it work. But again, it's just the Alpha 4-wheel drive gets the corners.
Yep, just a little bit of drive off the inside. I think this is going to be moved down though here. That's pretty good placement by Scott there.
Yeah, very good car placement from Scotty, and she'll be quite pleased with that move, I think. Getting around at Alpha in a corner, and the Alpha is supposed to be a lot more dominant in the corners, and means it works in a very straight, liney, slippery BMW.
It's like high-speed chess. Just put your car where they can't put their car in an advantageous position.
Yeah, Queen to D5. Bishop takes pawn, checkmate.
Outside line to inside line, block pass lead.
I love it. Love it. Right, Zach Silver will have to, does indeed yield, and now it's about a 1 second gap to the car up ahead of Angela. Back down the field though, a nice little battle here. It's Ash Hill and Stevie Bain. Surprisingly, Stephen Bain hasn't got a drive-through yet. I failed to mention that earlier on, I think I did. Just to be sure that you guys are aware. I think
maybe once or twice possibly.
Once or twice. Alright. But Hill getting the better of Bain for now. Yeah, Netrack there, and she runs away. She does indeed. And a gap has been created. Zach Silver 2 minute 14. Scotty 2 minute 11. 21 seconds to lead it though, with just over 4.5 minutes. He's going to be slightly under risk. And Nikola Kakis though finds himself on the grass. Final turn, penultimate turn should I say. Final chicane. And drops 3 places sadly. 8th down to 11th. So the fan favourite is fastly falling down the order.
He's the fan favourite because he was out there signing autographs during the race.
That's probably why he went off track, isn't it? Oh, I'll sign it. I'll sign your autograph. It's fine. Let's reach out the window. Right, Nikola Kakis does recover. But Zach Silver slightly catching Angela.
I don't know. That gap's opened up to 3 and some change.
It has gone down a little bit. It was about 5 seconds and gone down back down to 3. So either Angela made a mistake or Zach has managed to up the pace a little bit.
All right. Well, we got a battle closing in for the 2 special character.
Oh,
Strand and Jorgen Strich. I can't say that. 8th and 9th.
And Cameron gets overtaken by them both into the hairpin. Battle also, Leach Senior and Ash Hill a bit further down the order.
And Baines right there with him too.
Baines right there with him as well, absolutely. Oh, massive moment from Bain. We had to say it, didn't we?
Yep.
Baines right there too.
Tag him on there. Yep.
Commentators class, folks, at its finest.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure you can just apologise to him later as Casper loses out to Jorgensen. Indeed, it was a 360 net Draxler, and
360 no scope.
Oh dear Lord, no, not here. Don't do that in some sort of Call of Duty fanboy group, okay? Not here. Not on my stream. No, it's not my stream, it's oNID streams. And Johnny, I'm sorry. Supreme Leader Johnny, if you heard that, it is not my stream, it is your community and your stream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll whimper in a corner and just pray to God that he doesn't hound on me for that. And I think Jorgensen's got that move done in that Mercedes, and the Alpha, although faster in the corners, cannot, for whatever reason, quite stick with the Mercedes-Benz.
Karlzak looks like possibly trying to overtake Bloomquist for 5th position, and looks like gets it done.
Not quite. Oh, James Leach is showing off as off track. Indeed he is. He's going very slowly. Apologies for cutting away from that battle. We will jump back up to Karlzak, because we saw in the distance and we did jump to Leach. There was a battle was ongoing through the exit of the hairpin. They're going to go side by side through the first part of the S's, and they sort it out come the exit. Whew. Right, under a minute to go. The leader has now gone on to, or is going on to, the last lap. Last lap of the evening, folks, and boy oh boy, what an hour's worth of racing have we had tonight. Up and down, left and right, uppercut, undercut.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people within 1 second for 8th position.
Yeah, we're with it now. These 5 drivers still have it all to play for. Indeed, we'll keep an eye on them. And again, a bit further down the order, a couple of cars fighting away for the tail end of the pack as well. Oh, lots of curb there from Casper in that black and slightly red Alpha. Bloomquist has the white colours.
I believe that is the tip of the hat to the Martini.
I think so. Yeah, I can absolutely understand that. We will go back to this midfield battle though, because it's now become a bit of a three-way battle in the middle and 2 cars either side of the three-way, but we'll stick with it. The leader is you now have the official call out. Leader is on the final lap, and this 5-way has become a 1-way, 3-way, 1-way. There's always contact, and that is a punt. Casper's round and will recover, and I think they're not supposed to wait, but Camelian does indeed wait for that driver to come back past him, and I think he's the one that caused the incident, potentially. So not supposed to stop. We don't ask drivers to stop on track because it could be a further risk to other people trying to get around him, but that is a showing of good sportsmanship there from Camelian. And I'm sure will be maybe a bit of a chin wag from the stewards saying, don't stop. And look at this. A 20-second lead, and Alfie's decided to drift it around the final turn on the final lap. Alfie, you show off, but congratulations. A double race win for the second round of the Classic DTM Championship here at the Nürburgring. Angela Scott will come across the line. I think she'll be very happy with that result in P2. best of the rest, that's for sure. Not taking away what is also going to be a fantastic result. P2 for Andrew Scott. Zach Silver consolidates his race podium from what was a very hard-fought battle up and down the field. P3 for Zach Silver. Jacob Hine in the second of 4 Mercedes here tonight takes P4. Kozak P5 and Boonquist P6. And Jorgensen in the third of the 4th Mercedes cars here tonight will come across the line for 7th. P8 James Leach. P9 is Nikola Kakis, and then in the background, still all to play for as they come to the lines. Casper gets P10 for just about. Kamalian Hell Leach Sr. finishing that order down to P13th, and Lindblom finishes in P14th. Stevie Bain did sharp as having a bit of an instant there on the final lap, but does hold P15th. Ferreira 16th, Olka 17th. Norman Bruce and Overstreet, last 2 cars to see the checkered flag. Ben White has already seen the checkered flag being a lap down. And then last person come across the line, Chris Overstreet, and that is the end of round 2 here for the oNID Racing Classic DTM Championship.
Yeah, another good round. Another double win by Alfie. So come on, everybody. Let's get him in the next round, maybe.
Well, we can hope. We can wait and see if that would happen. But a very dominant display there from Alfie. But who can stop him at this point, really? We've got to bear that in mind. That is an extremely dominant race. As my PC has decided to throw another history bit. Are we still there? Hello. Yeah, my computer decided to throw a history bit as I left the server. I shouldn't really leave the server. I should wait next time I do stream miniatures. But anyway, we have a very fantastic final race evening. Final 30-minute race of the evening there, and boy oh boy, as I was just saying before my computer decided to throw a history fit, Alfie Bevan. Dominance throughout.
Yeah, definitely another good round for him. Double win again. So hopefully maybe next round we'll be able to see somebody step up possibly.
Indeed, absolutely. Sadly, that is all we have time for tonight. We will be back live again tomorrow night. No, we know it. It's Tuesday tomorrow night. And it is Tuesday tomorrow night because it's the first round of the oNID Sprint Cup Championship, which will be incredibly entertaining. It says what it says. It does what it says on the tin. Sprint races, two or three 20-minute races within the evening, all counted towards points, and chaos, I'm sure, will ensue. Short, quick, snappy races, every opportunity to race and make up time and get points back, but who will risk it for the most reward is the main question. Find out tomorrow night, same time, same place, around 7:45 or 8 o'clock, and after that we'll be back live for the AMS Championship on Thursday night. Johnny Ashley himself, Big Boss Man, and SGP Adam will be leading you through that. And we'll be back to our usual weekend of streaming, I do believe. Oh no, not Sunday, because we have a break on Sunday between the Sunday. It's a no stream this Sunday, but loads of stuff to get your teeth into over this next coming week. So do drop by, say hi, come and say. Come and say. I'm almost saying I'm trying to skip my words out without trying to stutter. Come on by, say hi, get involved. It will be a pleasure to see you, and until then guys, take care. Dominic, any last words from yourself before we sign off?
Nothing but the usual. Another great week, and we'll see you hopefully next Monday at Magella for another double header of half-hour races.
Take care till then guys, all the best, and we'll be back live tomorrow night.